We got the tox screen back. Sharp's blood alcohol level was within the driving limit, but there was something else in his system. Rohypnol.
He was roofied? How much Rohypnol does it take to stop a man's heart?
A lot more than he took. It wasn't what killed him. See here? Petechial hemorrhages in the face, plus edema, cyanosis.
So he suffocated.
I won't know for sure until the autopsy, but it looks that way. I also ran the DNA I found on the feathers that were thrown on him.
You ID'd the goose.
Huh, funny. I figured the down probably came from a coat or a pillow. Over time, they can absorb sweat and saliva, so I checked for human DNA.
And?
There was DNA, but I didn't find a match in the system.
How can new ideas be presented, civil conversation be generated, when the media's a fascist lynch mob? I graciously agreed to be here today. Why? So I can be tarred and feathered for free speech? Have we really sunk so low?
This is Professor Sharp, 6 weeks ago.
Tarred and feathered. Someone used his own words against him.
There was a recent newspaper profile on Sharp. He seemed to think it would be flattering. Instead, they called him out for stoking hatred.
Well, hatred towards...
Anyone who didn't look like him. Your skirt, your hoodie, your hijab was asking for it, sort of thing.
No shortage of people who hated the guy.
I checked all the security data, and there were a few other people aside from Sharp who had access to the lecture hall. Here we go. The cleaning staff, the campus security, and the teacher's assistant.
Toby Whalen, the guy who found the body.
Yeah, the logs show that he was in the building just a few hours before the murder.
As a teacher's assistant, he would have had easy access to the professor, would have known his schedule.
He also had pine tar in his hands.
What, but that's because he touched the body.
Or maybe he touched the body to hide the fact that he already had pine tar on his hands.
And what about Sharp's car? It's not at his house or in his designated spot at the university.
If he was feeling the effects of the Rohypnol, maybe he left his car somewhere and took a cab.
Well, I'll check with the cab companies and rideshare, see who picked him up.
My understanding is that the university's McGrail residence had an incident where a large quantity of drugs were confiscated.
McGrail, that's Toby Whalen's residence.
Then it's time we pay Toby a visit.